Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another workshop by OPM Tools. It is I, Mustafa Shahid, and we have Coben Powell with us as well, and one of our attendees as well. So today we are going to be talking about where we left off yesterday, last week, basically. And last week, when we were working on AI Studio, what we talked about was in the workshop one was we focused on the very top of the customer journey. We explored how AI Studio can help business generate more leads through assessments, calculators, interactive lead magnets, and recommendation tools. And all of those were built using a simple prompt inside of the AI Studio, which you have in your system. The objective was simple to create the value before asking for contact information. Previously, it was done with websites having the forms and the surveys in which you're prompting them to leave their email and you would reach out to them. But the new way is you provide them with value so good that they have to provide their contact information in order to get that assessment, get that calculator, get that quote, get that understanding of whatever it is that you're offering in terms of your business. So it's a free value of your expertise, of your knowledge that you provide them with, and that information that they're about to receive is so valuable that they are prompted to give their contact information for you to you so that you can reach out to them afterwards. So, and hopefully by now you've started seeing opportunities in your own business. Maybe you've built an assessment already, maybe you've built a calculator, maybe you've started thinking differently about lead generation. But now, today, we have a new challenge. The challenge is that generating leads is only the beginning because leads don't pay invoices, they don't pay your bills. Clients do. There's a difference between leads and clients. Clients are the ones who actually pay for your services. And somewhere between a lead and a client, something has to still happen. That's the missing link: a conversation, a strategy discussion, a proposal, a recommendation, a decision, basically. And this is where most business have a massive gap. Most businesses have tools before the meeting, but during the meeting, nothing. The salesperson is taking notes, trying to remember the details, building recommendations manually, creating proposals later, calculating the ROI at a later stage, following up on an email: hey, thank you for the meeting that we just had, and based on the conversation we had, this is what we have recorded, or this is what we have noted down, and this is what we can present. All of them is done later. But today's workshop is about fixing that gap. Today, we are going to be exploring how AI Studio can become your strategic sales partner, not after the meeting, but during the meeting as well. So the traditional sales process is that let's look at what usually happens. The lead puts a call, salesperson joins the meeting, asks the questions, states the notes, discusses ideas, ends the call, creates the proposal, creates the recommendation, calculates the ROI, follow-ups later, and everything happens after the conversation, which means delays, lost momentum, forgotten details about the client, and generic proposals. Now imagine a different experience. Imagine building the strategy live. Imagine generating the recommendations in real time. Imagine creating the proposal while the conversation is still happening. Imagine calculating the ROI before the meeting ends. And that is what we are building today: the future sales meeting. The future sales meeting should look something like this: that first you have the discovery, then you have the strategy building, then recommendations, proposals, ROI, and package recommendation, all in one, and all powered and built using the AI Studio. So before we move further, let's just understand what we are building today. The first thing that we are building is the AI growth strategy. And I already have that prepared for you, which is this. This is the business discovery and strategy assessment. I went a step ahead. So what I did is, once we already have a client who booked with us for a strategy meeting, we will send them this particular assessment. And after filling out this assessment, they get a PDF of this, and we receive the PDF of this, let's say 12 hours or 6 hours before the meeting. So during the meeting, as soon as the meeting starts, the attendee and the host are on the same page to begin with. All the basic questions have already been answered, and then they can skip the basic questions about what does your company do and how much do you do this and that and blah, 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 blah. All of that has already been conveyed before, and they can talk about the actual strategy and the business. Number one. And number two, this is not just a form. This is not just a calculator. This isn't an assessment. It is a collaborative strategy built in application. And during the meeting, we'll be going to be working on, I'll show you the form, or I'll show you the tool that I used, that I built using AI Studio, in which the client is going to participate. The salesperson is going to facilitate, and the AI will help create. And what will that particular tool produce? It's going to produce a discovery summary, business assessment, priority analysis, growth strategy, sales strategy, recommendations, and so on and so forth. So, step number one, what I did was share this tab. I went into the AI Studio, which has the interface of this. And within the AI Studio, I created a new project by typing over here the prompt. The exact prompt I use, I can share it with you after the meeting. But this is where I built out the strategy assistant, as you can see on your screen. Perfect. So I provided a prompt to build out a professional AI discovery strategy preparation assistant. I provided the business goals, the user experience, discovery section, dynamic logic, and so on and so forth. Everything was fine-tuned, but you can tune it even further. Even I can tune it further. But this was just to show a general concept. After providing it all the information that I wanted to provide it, I just gave it, and it built this out for me. So what is this? I can either use it over here, or I can just use it over here. And this is where I would prefer. So let's start the assessment together and see what the AI gave me actually. And before I click on start assessment, this is something that we will send out to clients before the meeting, so that during the meeting we are on the same page. So let's do this together. What best describes your business? Since we already have an attendee on the call, I'm going to go with a real estate investor. Then how many current employees do you have? Let's say 2 to 5. How long has your business been operating? Yeah, this is where I would need your help, Patrice. How long has your business been operating? And you can unmute yourself. All right. And what is your primary source of new business as of now?
I'll say networking.
Networking. And how would you describe your current growth? Is it growing quickly, steadily, declining, unsure?
It's just
flat.
Well, I'll say we're getting there. Let's just say,
okay.
I don't want to say it's going fast right now. Okay, there you go.
Awesome. Then we have, which of the following would create the biggest positive impact for your business right now? Earn more, spend less, generate more leads, improve customer experience, scale faster. I'd say scale faster would be better.
Yes.
Awesome. Then what is your biggest scaling bottleneck? I think that would be systems or sales or capital.
I think the lead generation.
Lead generation. And where would you like your business to be in the next month? In the
running smooth.
No, not just smooth.
Oh, okay. Okay, manifest it. Stop it.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Let's reach for the moon. Awesome. Which 3 goals are most important? I'd say more revenue, more leads, and better systems, or faster growth. Faster growth. And what would success look like 1 year from today? Sipping my tea in Bali while my system works on auto mode. Yeah, I mean, that would be the best manifestation, right? Should I replace Bali with Maldives, or do you have another plan?
Well, first it's going to be Bali and Thailand, but Maldives is on my list because I want to do that underwater restaurant.
Bali and Maldives, then. Definitely.
Don't forget Thailand.
And yep, absolutely. I add Thailand as well. And then if the Filipinos are needed, then we can talk about that next year. And how urgent is solving these challenges? I'd say this year. All right, so the first name, this is where the client will be entering their information because they want to receive this report on their email, and so the host can receive it as well. So Mustafa Shahid Mustafa at overpowermarketing.com. Phone number, I'm just going to be adding a random phone number, 850-258-4421. Company name is OPM Tools as of this moment, and generate my strategy brief. And this is what the system gave me. This is completely generated by AI based on the information I provided. It's like a summary, but this email or this particular report will be sent to the host and to the attendee. So they both have it in their systems when they get on the call. So what do they get? They get the business snapshot based on what the attendee has provided. They get the meeting agenda to review the current situation. So instead of saying, "Hey, Patrice, how are you? What's your business? Tell me, what do you do and how do you do it and how's life?" The first thing that we're going to talk about is reviewing the current situation. Then the next thing we're going to talk about is deep dive, how to scale faster, because she already identified what her need is. Then the next thing we have to do is talk about the 12-month roadmap to achieving the top three goals. And then the next topic of discussion would be determine the next steps. Then in terms of the priority analysis, I already know her priority 6 hours before the meeting. So I can work on that. I have the context of 1 to 3 years, networking, lead generation, and the goal map and summary as well, that in the next 12 months, she wants to reach to the moon. And I will talk about the cost at the end of the meeting, just to keep that curiosity alive. Obviously, keep the best things for last. And the urgency level is this year. So you have this particular system. Now we move into the next part. If the next part is ready, I hope. Where is it? Oh, it is ready. Now, before we move into the next part, here we come back to the builder itself. Within the builder, now you can even provide it different options, or hey, change this out, change that out, and you don't need to switch your page again and again. You can just click over here as well, start assessment, and talk to it. It's basic conversation. Hey, remove the event venue from the slide number 2 and replace this with that, or add some colors, or do this or do that. And it even, this AI will give you suggestions as well in order to improve the user customer experience. Add animated charts to the final report, you can do that. So the final report has some bar graphs, it has some timeline. Allow the users to download the report as a styled PDF. Obviously you want to give them the option of downloading the PDF. Then add a progress sidebar showing completed sections. So it shows the completed sections in terms of a progress sidebar. And you can have a conversation and again to fine tune it to whatever you want. And the biggest part is this. Do you see the highlighted part that I just highlighted? It's called Connect to CRM. Contacts and external form submissions will be created in the sub account, and workflows can be configured through external tag and triggers. So what does that mean? This entire form, this entire experience can be connected to your CRM directly. So it's not going somewhere else or going to a particular cloud that no one has any connection to. It can be connected to your CRM directly on a click of a button, and it can be published on your domain as well. And you have this entire tool that was built in AI. Now, this is the pre-meeting tool. Now, let's say you come to the meeting. Whenever you reach the meeting, you need again something that you can start with, all right, to start the meeting. And this is what I worked on. Before I show you the tool itself, which you can see over here, let me show you. I provided it a big prompt, which I can share with you after the meeting. Obviously, you can reach out to me or just comment on this and I can provide it. But apart from this, it gave me a response, and then here you see I started giving it recommendations or suggestions on how to build it better, so like including a dynamic chart, including the user authentication to save and retrieve generated strategies, then add in a share and link to copy, and so on and so forth. So let's check it out as well. Open the preview and see what we have. Now, the understanding of this is that when I jump into a meeting, with the attendee for the strategy discussion. This is either opened just for me, or it is opened, as you see in front of you, as a shared screen. And this is the conversation that can go. And if there are any questions which are like a repeat from the previous form, we can go in and change that out. But right now I'm showing you if this is the only tool you have. So this is the conversation you're going to have with your clientele. Hey, what type of a business are you? I'm in real estate. What are your current pricing models? I have, let's say, a one-time fees. What is your average customer value? It's around $2,500 to $10,000. How many clients did you acquire each month? Let's say 5. Annual revenue trajectory. What was your past year? Let's say past year I was 250. The current, the current year is, let's say, 500, and the target here is 1.5, or not 1.5, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, just $1 million. Then click on continue. It goes to, now the next question would be, hey, let's say for example, Patrice, what channels are currently being used by your business? They say referral, events, networking, cold calling. What is the best performing channel? Oh, for me, it's networking. What's the worst performing channel? I think it's cold calling. All right. What marketing challenges exist today? There are not enough leads. The cost is high. The conversion is low. The lead is poor. Yeah, I think that would be it. What content is currently being produced by you and your team? I'd say case studies or social media, maybe an email campaign here and there. Okay. And how consistent is the content production? So it's I rarely create the content by myself. All right. And what's the monthly marketing budget that you set for yourself? Previously, let's say it was $1,000. Now it's 2,500. And I want to get to where I'm spending $10,000 because I'm so happy with the amount of traffic I'm getting or the amount of conversations I'm getting. All right. Let's say how are inbound leads handled. They're inbound are handled based by calls or sales team or both, or maybe an AI chat as well. What happens after a lead enters? The sales team gets the call, handles the query, and gets the information, provides the documentation. Then if they are what should I say, legitimate? No, if they if they pass the criteria, then have a meeting with the business owner and send the invoice for our service. What outbound channels are used in terms referral outreach, cold calling, cold emailing, networking? Biggest outbound challenge would be lead quality, and the average conversion rate, let's say, has been 5%, current is 10, and the target is 20, or let's say 25. And everything that you see in front of you, it's not fixed or set in stone. Everything can be changed or even optimized. So for example, I want to add a description or even a video or something that allows or provides more understanding on how to answer this question. Or if, for example, someone asks me, hey, Mustafa, what's your average conversion rate? I don't know that on the top of my mind. So if it provides me some description to understand where I can get it from, that would be helpful as well. So we move into the next one, the team optimization. Which departments currently exist for you? I'd say sales, operations, and marketing. What is the biggest team bottleneck? I'd say it's sales. What repetitive tasks consume the most time? Telling my team what needs to be done. Team head size, currently it was past was 1, right now it's 3. The target is having a 10-member team, so that way they can handle the business while I'm sipping my martini in Bali or something like that. All right, so the strategic priority, define the North Star for the next 12 months. What is the primary goal for the next 12 months? I'd say the revenue growth. Oh, I can just select one. So yeah, revenue growth or profit. No, market expansion could be also good. And in terms of the priorities from the top to highest, I can change this out. Again, this entire thing is something that the AI built for me. just out of topic, this is not something I built myself or provided a prompt for. This is what the AI thought up of, and this is really good. This is really, really good. If I was having a meeting in which I'm discussing this, I would be very happy because this would give me maximum amount of information from the client. In any ways, I move into the generate strategy, and this is where the magic happens. Ooh, it just finally did. All right, so this is where we end up. This is the end goal that you want to receive during the meeting. So once the meeting has progressed towards the end of the meeting, the end of the time, you want this, the strategy growth roadmap, which you just were able to build out automatically. Instead of saying, hey, I'll work on your project and send you the details of the report afterwards, instead of all of that, they and you together see together what the roadmap is supposed to be about. So the primary goal is market expansion. The ROI projections for the 12 months is projected revenue lift, the time savings in terms of 40 hours plus month through automations of sales bottlenecks, the conversion impact, the 12-month projection revenue, and it shows that the current strategy where you would be and the optimized route where you would be as well. So the historical versus projected trajectory, what the graph shows in terms of the market and spend versus conversation. So when the market and spend was, let's say 5,000, the conversion rate was 5. And when they want to reach 15,000, they want the conversion rate to be at least 25. And then you have the strategic flow chart. Anyways, it had the strategic flow chart as well. And then more and more and more. Did it work over here? No, it didn't. But that's what the AI tool does. And obviously it has its broken bugs and errors, but you can find iron them out so they perform properly when you're actually in the meeting. And the same thing that happened to me does not happen to you. That's what you get when you're working with Mustafa. You get to see what's the worst that would happen, so you don't have it happens with you. So why does the ROI matters, or this strategy matters? Because the clients that you're working with, they don't buy the marketing, they buy the growth. The clients don't buy the staffing, they buy productivity. Your clients don't buy the packages, they buy events. So the ROI engine helps connect services to outcomes instead of the promises. And what happens when you add a recommendation engine? So let's make a recommendation objective. The prompt would be add a recommendation engine. This is something that you can work on as well, based on business goals, budget, timeline. And then the AI can also recommend them the packages. Instead of you having to tell them, hey, this is what I recommend, you can use the buzzword AI. Hey, this is what the AI recommends. And obviously it will be all the services that you do in different tiers and pricing, but the AI will have a more comprehensive answer about it, that since your uh, dreams are this or goals are this and this is what you aim to achieve, this package would suit you better. But if you want to achieve X, Y, and Z, you should go for option number B. And if you want to go to the moon and achieve the impossible, go with the option C, which would be the diamond tier or the gold tier, or however you want to say your prices or your basically your services. And why is this all everything that I'm showing you powerful? Because traditionally on the call, the salesperson recommends a solution. Prospect wonders if they're being sold. Everyone hates those sales call, people trying to sell them. But now it's not a sales call, it's a system analysis, basically, where you are gathering the information and providing the steps on the call themselves, and they see that happening in real time. The system recommends the solution, it feels more objective and it feels more data driven. It builds the trust. So for example, I'm in real estate. Instead of me asking them, hey, how many rooms do you have, what's the square foot, what's the status of your home in terms of repairs and stuff like that, are you about to go into foreclosure, or if it's vacant, imagine if all of that was written in front of them and I had to just click a button. They would feel the trust that, hey, Mustafa put in the effort, got the tool, and it's a tool, an AI tool that's doing it for me. And the answer pops up. If the answer is said by me, it sounds salesy, but if it pops up on the screen from AI, it builds the trust. Why? Human psychology. Anyways, so testing the application before deploying, don't do what I did, but run the multiple business scenarios or multiple different scenarios on it. Test it for different packages that you provide, test it for different services that you provide, there's different types of client you can get. And when you are about to present this, Just ask yourself, would I be comfortable presenting this to myself? If not, refine, improve, repeat. That's all you have to do. And then this is what I would understand is the bigger opportunity. Most people see the AI studio that I just showed you and think that all you can do is build out lead generation calculators and lead generation magnets. But the bigger opportunity is actually the sales enablement, helping your salespeople to think better, prepare better, deliver more value, create the proposals, and present the ROI more clearly so they can get the sale. And this is where the AI becomes a force multiplier. Now, this would mark the end of our workshop, but before we end it, I would like to tell you what would happen next week as well. So, in workshop number 1 last week, we talked about and we displayed a live build of how to generate leads on your website or through your marketing channels using a tool built in the AI Studio. Today, we talk about how to convert leads into actual opportunities. So, how your salespeople or your sales team can use these meetings as actual opportunities. And in next week, in workshop number 3, we're going to focus on what happens after someone becomes a customer. So, we'll explore the knowledge based systems, the customer success tools built using AI Studio, and the self service experiences so they can do it by themselves. Because the businesses that grow fastest aren't always the one that gets the most customers, they're the one that serves the customer more efficiently. And that's what we'll be building next. So, yeah, that would conclude everything that we had for today. And so if you don't know what you need to work on, you can either have a conversation with them, with the AI itself. But if you don't even know what do I need to talk about, just click on the templates and you'll find a lot of templates over here. So you have the landing page, the dashboard, the e-commerce, portfolios. You can have your social media feed, a fitness tracker if you're into it, a chat application, a to-do or a task manager, a calendar for scheduling. You can even build out a weather app. And if you want still more recommendations, again, AI, you can use ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini to give you amazing ideas. But I would say just head into here, write down what you're trying to build, and it will build it out for you. It's as simple as that. And yeah, that would sum it all up. So that was the workshop for today, and I hope you all had a great time. You understood something new, you found out something amazing, and yes, I'm going to answer some questions. But thank you all for being here. So going back to the conversations over here, what's the cost? All right, so for the current right now, the system, the GoHighLevel system, has offering this AI Studio for, I guess, free of cost during the summers. But I need to double check on that, and so I can answer that properly. But until then, thank you for letting us know, and I hope to see you all next week as well. Bye, everyone.